Hi, team. It's George. Great work selecting your topics and everything in week one, and we're going to kind of jump into it even a little bit further. We're going to start looking at ethics and theory. And one thing we're going to do this week, well, I'm sorry, I'm jumping the gun here. One thing we're going to do this week is we're going to jump into our discussion about the Stanford prison experiment. This was just a crazy experiment that happened prior to, not sure what's going on there. This was a crazy experiment that happened prior to things like informed consent and that sort of stuff being a part of psychological research and studies. And you'll see that a lot of things happen because now that we have informed consent and we have ethical guidelines that are a little bit stricter, something like this probably would not have gone through. I'm going to let you watch the video and come to your own conclusions about everything that happened. But it's a crazy look at people and how we so quickly and easily fall into roles and things like that. So we're going to have a lively discussion on that. And let's jump back into week two. I think I hit the button right. And we are also going to do an annotated bibliography this week. And what an annotated bibliography is meant to do is you're going to pick 10 sources, 10 articles, 10 things that you're going to look at using for your topic to write about. And the annotated bibliography is, I'm going to post this link as well. This is Purdue OWL. And sample APA annotation is the annotations above both summarize and assess the book. The first paragraph is a summary, and the second one is an evaluation. So let's take a look at what evaluation is. So the summary just tells us what it is in a few sentences, and experience, and then the talks about strengths and weaknesses here. Sometimes for your studies you're looking at, you'll have a weakness might be the sample size was small, or it was a case study where it may not be generalizable to larger populations. So things like that, that can be a weakness. But here we notice an experienced journalist, Ehrenreich, is aware of limitations of our experiment and the ethical implications of the experimental research tactics and reflections on these in the text. How do we know that's the case? Probably because it's in that article and it has points under limitations. It spells out what the limitation of the research was, because every research does have limitations. So all you have to do for our project is you have 10 sources. You put the source up top, which would be your APA annotation. So you already have that. So now you're building your reference page as well. So when we have to do the final project, it's not going to be a big deal. You're just going to copy and paste the references. And then you're going to have one short paragraph, 3 sentences, 4 sentences summarizing it. Then right below that, 3 or 4 sentence paragraph evaluating it. Is it of rigor? Does it stand the test? What are its weaknesses? What are its strengths? Because everyone has them. And that's as difficult as you want to make it. You don't want to overthink the annotated bibliography. It's for you to use so you can quickly look and see what you want to use within your research. I'm doing one right now. Actually, I use a spreadsheet where I basically keep that same information so I can go in and look at the dozens and dozens of resources and sources that I have and see which ones pertain to exactly what I'm trying to talk about. So this is a great exercise. Hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, I am always available. So give me an email, text, whatever you like, and have a fantastic week.